Okay, so we're going to print this, and let me move this out of the way. What I've done is punched holes in some paper, put the block in place. I can see through the paper roughly. I can tell where I want this print to land on the paper. And I take these pins, put them in the holes, and then take a piece of tape and tape it down. And I've already done that, and that way, every time I print, I can have the paper in the same place. Okay, so let's ink this. I have some leftover blue. We're just proofing this block for the first time. Not too worried about being perfect here. I'm just seeing how this looks, and I'm going to set up, use this to set up the next blocks for color. Okay, so that worked out. I could use some additives to the ink and make it print better, but for right now, all we're going to use this for is to print on the other blocks, so our color will be registered. Here are the two other blocks. I'll use one for getting color in the eyes and the lips, and the other one for the face. So I put a fresh block in this registration jig, place the print back on the pins, drop the paper over. Now what I'm doing is I'm printing from paper onto the block. Now that block matches this one. It's going to tell me where the eyes, lips, and other details are. I do the same thing with the second block. Okay, this one's not as detailed, but it'll be good to make a block for all the flesh tone. I'm going to leave some highlights out too. Okay. So all three of these will, when they go back in here, they will all land in the same place on the print. Alright, so now we have the primary block, or the key block. That's going to print black, or this dark blue, whatever our key color is. It's our main image. And I use this to print on other blocks. And let's see, let's start with general facial features first. I don't need to have any of this to be flesh tone, so I'm going to cut all of this out. I'm going to cut just inside the line though. I want the black to be able to overlap everything and cover any of the small misregistrations that might occur. But instead of all of this being a uniform tone, I'm going to consider where there should be a few highlights. Some really light areas. This little part of the nose. So anything I cut out is not going to print. This is flesh tone, so that's going to be a highlight, that's going to be a highlight. Let's move on to the eyes. So the only place I need color in the eyes is right here. I'm going to color this in to remind myself not to cut that out. Now on the lips, the only place I need color is right here. I think what I'm going to do is leave a highlight. So instead of coloring all this in, I'm going to let it have a highlight. That little piece that I left is going to be white. And everything else I can cut out. Okay, let's see how these worked. We have all the blocks. Let's go with the flesh color block first. This is a little yellow, the color I have here. Did not spend a lot of time mixing. See a little speck of either dust or leftover linoleum. I've got to fish that out. Just re-ink over that. Put this block in place. Get a piece of paper. On the pins. So we have the flesh tone. Now I'm going to put the eyes in and lips. Let's see, eyes, I made this really fake blue. Lips, I just used the magenta right out of the tube. I know where they are, so I can kind of just get them with my fingers. Now to ink up the key block. You can actually see some dust right there. The trick with this key block is I actually, this ink's on a little too thick. I mixed in some extender. You can also mix in a little bit of oil. The ink lays down flatter. This cooperates a little better. Okay, it's a little jaundiced because of the yellow, but overall, not bad. And we have a 3-color, well really 4 colors if you count the paper, but 3-color print.